Welcome back to your morning Catharsis. I am Matthew, aka Avery, and we are with our co-host, David.
Three of them.
Yeah, well, those are guests. Those are guests.
They can't be co-hosts?
I mean, we're gonna need more mics.
Co-hosts. Yeah.
We need more mics. But we're here at Retrograde, which is in Warrensburg, Missouri, and this is the place I've told you previously that I intern at.
Yeah, I think a couple times actually.
Yes, twice now. Now it's gonna be 3, and probably into the future because we're
gonna just mention it every time.
Probably. I am the intern.
Subliminal.
We've talked him into getting a tattoo actually.
Yeah, right.
The logo of that, so as he walks around, he'll be advertising.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, no, somebody just
so.
whisper it once. I'll add it somewhere in the background.
Hey, that's a good way to start off. Did you guys know that actually that is now a law that if you can do advertisement tattoos, but that the company has to pay you monthly. It's like a job now.
Right.
That's a legit thing.
There's a guy that walks around just completely covered in fucking ads.
That's the same guy I'm thinking of. He's actually got like porn sites too.
Yeah, and he gets paid just to wear these.
That's insane.
Is he the dude that got the Romney R tattooed on his face?
Probably. We're gonna have to censor that shit.
What were we censoring again?
Probably the word porn.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. I don't know if we.
No, I mean it is an adult podcast. I just don't know.
Literally, I think
it's 18 and over, and you guys are already swearing, and you're worried about the word porn.
I mean, some people are
the only PC word that we know we could censor is not fuck, but
yeah, and we will.
Apparently, people get offended by that.
Severely.
You're not allowed to say as much as you're not allowed to say anymore.
Yeah. We censored that one too. Yeah.
Stop making it harder for me.
What, the word or the word
20 minutes later.
Okay, no.
And that's the list of words you can't say on air.
Shit. All right.
Who are these wonderful people?
So we got to the right of me and going counterclockwise, Brian Chamberlain, if you want to say hi.
Go ahead.
Hello.
Oh. And then we got Ryan Edmondson.
Hello.
And then Jed.
How's it going, guys?
Yes.
How's it going?
How's it going?
Welcome back to YouTube. It's Jed Rowe.
Make sure to slap the fucking that subscribe button.
That motherfucking like button.
That's right. And we're here, like I mentioned, Retrograde. This is a charitable group that are doing things for Children's Community Charity, and this helps get school supplies to kids. What else? Food.
Oh, we do a whole host of things out of here. So we work with the homeless straight out of here. We work with other non-for-profits in the community. We community organize from this little museum and our arcade. Yeah. We work with kids from like the women's shelter. We work with the folks with Rise and that. Of course, we go after all those physical needs that you mentioned.
That's right.
Clothing and shoes and healthcare items and things of that nature.
Yeah.
So, but then we also we kind of community organize here around gaming and so we decided. Gosh, I mean, it's been about. Almost 2 years ago now that we started this process and created this place, and so worked on it for a year, and then we've been open for about 7 months.
Right. Yeah,
9 months.
9 months. Yeah.
So the time flies.
Yeah.
That's the. Yeah.
I was to say that did sound wrong. Yeah, I joined in TL's bandwagon in middle of February this year, so it's been.
Yeah.
You told me about the place, I think.
Yeah.
Shortly after that, you're like,
dude. So
check it out. Your way in February.
Yeah,
you weren't a part of it.
That's right.
Like,
yeah. That's right. Yeah.
And then he shows up. He's like, "Hey,
I'm gonna be your fucking intern.
I'm fucking taking over."
Yeah, I'm taking over, bitch. But
No,
I found this place and I fell in love immediately. But the funny thing is, I don't know if I ever told you guys how what I literally envisioned with this place. So my coworker told me about it. She was like, "Hey, you should, you're all about that kind of stuff. You should go down and check it out." And the way she described it was, I guess some guy made a museum for toys and video games. And I was like, that. In my mind, immediately I think of just some weird, creepy dude that had a house, and he's just like, "Come look at my shit toy." Yeah, and I was like, dude, I don't know if I want to look at that, but I'll go check it out. And I walked to the front door. I'm like, "Oh, this is cool. Alrighty, this is
oddities and wonders galore."
Yeah, come on,
you're gonna love this place, kid.
Yeah, don't mind the monkey palm. Yeah,
straight out of Pinocchio, growing the freaking donkey ears. And
that's right. Yeah,
that's right. I got you. I got you. I follow you.
That's right.
And instead it was 3 guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not so creepy.
Yeah.
That's debatable.
Yeah.
That's debatable, huh?
Yeah. But I brought. What do you?
Oh yeah, and obviously we're not in the same.
Neighbor's AC is leaking through our roof right now.
Oh yeah.
Please donate.
We
We have a PayPal.
I don't think we mentioned this. Yeah, no, there's just a leak in here.
Yeah.
Also, we're in a different
our-
place. You know,
Yeah.
he doesn't have his 2-liter, but
I don't have a 2-liter. I brought Mountain Dew Kickstart.
that works. It's just you just bring soda every time.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, no, we're in a cave. That's what we're in.
Yeah.
That's where we're in right now.
If you hear little water drops in the background, it's because we're in a cave.
Yes.
Jed's gonna wrestle a bear.
Yes. Near the end.
Great.
It would be fantastic.
Greased up and ready to go.
That's right. That's right.
Is the bear greased up too?
Well, of course.
He'll be after you.
Oh, he doesn't have much of a choice in the matter. So.
That's right.
You don't wrestle a dry bear.
That's
That's just
weird.
stupid.
Yeah, that's just
like who the hell
fucking
does
dumb.
that?
Recipe for disaster.
That's a recipe for disaster. God,
He's
man.
got bad news written.
Bad news bears.
God. So, what I gotta ask? What made you guys, you and Ryan, want to start this idea?
I started it back when before barcades were a thing.
That's true. He did this. This is before the idea of
So-
Barcade.
I had this idea, and I took it to the only people I knew that could fund it, my parents. And my parents were like, "You're not going to make it. That's not a good idea."
Wow.
And then literally, that's a paraphrase version.
Yeah.
Because my stepdad did help me out a little bit. He was like, "Well, let's measure some shit out." And then it
Right.
came around to the end of it. It was like, "It's not going to work."
Yeah.
I digress. Where was I?
I was somewhere stuck in the middle of Iowa with arcade dreams.
I had a dream that opened up, and wouldn't you know it, not fucking months later, boom, 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 just like 9 of them in Kansas City, like out of nowhere.
Yeah. Up, down.
Of course. So
all
my
that,
idea, boom.
Yeah.
You have those ideas.
Yeah,
those
and it
moments.
gets taken over.
I'll tell you about the Colgate story later.
Oh,
Beal and I have a fucking beef.
oh shit! I never heard this one.
So, anyways, Brian and I are sitting out in front of my garage one day, and he's like, "Man, if you could do anything, what would it be?" And I told him, I said, I've got a shitload of things. I'd like to share them with people. I'd like to open up a museum. I'd like to collect the rest of it.
Yeah.
Let's build something. Let's put all this shit together and have all this here and have all that there." And we just rattled off all these ideas, and it was a dream. That was it. It went back on the back burner.
Yeah.
Just so happens, Brian has worked with not-for-profit work for a good chunk of his existence.
Right.
And so that's his background. He's really good at putting that sort of thing together.
Right.
And that's where I'll let him take the story.
And then I said, "Fuck this shit, I'm out."
So we kind of fast forwarded in that, and we own a separate business. We live and work together every day, so kind of become like family. And we met Jed one time on one of the jobs we were doing, or whatever. We were like,
For his mom.
yeah. Actually,
Hey guys,
but we were like, we want you to work with us every day. So we were kind of doing that or whatever, and we had some space that had come available, and we had some arcades that became available, and like the first 4 that ended up purchasing, and but we wanted to create this community space, and we're all kind of collectors, all 3 of us in our own rights, in kind of different areas and different things in that. And just have a different set of skills, like each person here that kind of just started dovetailing together. And so we're all kind of hanging out and that, and the space came up, and the arcades came up, and so we decided to take like all of these things that we had kept from our childhoods and that, and all of our collections, and just put them all together or whatever, and then open that space up with the intent of community organizing and working within our community and attempting to pour out into our community. We all come from different walks of life in that. We've all had different experiences in that. I've been a as far as when I was a kid, and that the arcade for me was the absolute thing. Like that was my place to escape to. And we had this really small little arcade in Pemberville, Ohio, where I lived. And I was supposed to be going to catechism or something like that in the Lutheran church, and I would jump on my bike and like all the quarters and everything that I could like just absolutely scrounge up through the week or whatever, and I'd hit that on a Wednesday night, and I'd be sitting there and I'd be playing forever. Right. And we all have kind of a background in playing, everything from arcades to console gaming to computer gaming to various sports and just competition and those sorts of things. And so we decided that we were going to do this and create this thing and pour out into the community and basically make stone soup. We were going to bring our kettle, and we were going to see what, if that would be receptive, and if, and so we did that, and we shoved all these things, and we packed all these things in the room, and we started kind of bringing people in, and then of course working outside in the community with folks as we were setting this up and working this this thing, and it was very receptive within the community, and it's kind of just slowly built. And each week it literally changes in some way or another, and people have been bringing in then their carrots and their potatoes and all of those things from their childhoods and giving it into this source. And so through that, we've been able to start pouring out into the community at large even more. Right. And so, I mean, it's been just this crazy ride. We've dedicated ourselves to it. We have lived here hours and hours and hours. We've lived out and worked out in the community for hours and hours and hours in order to make this thing happen or whatever. And I think really through... what comes to my mind is through the idea that, if you have a dream, if you have a goal, if you have this thing, and this was something that was said to me years ago, and that is that every day you wake up and you do one thing towards it. Doesn't matter what it is, whether it's small, whether it's big, you keep going towards that goal, and you keep going towards that thing that you want to make happen and work. And so we've done that, and we've put ourselves in that position to do that, and we've been, I think, blessed beyond belief. So,
oh god,
and then,
what is happening?
I'm so sorry. I choked on my spit at the most inopportune time.
If anything, that was well timed.
Right? A little weird. Oh my god!
We've been blessed. Oh god!
That's when the Lord touched me.
Jeez. Good. Damn.
Let me get it out real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let it out, buddy. All right.
Well, that's so. At any rate, that's my take on it. That's my opinion, I guess. Apparently not yours, but that's cool. Whatever. Okay,
that's a great opinion.
That's a great opinion.
It's a long way of saying that's where we started.
Yeah. I mean, that's what the podcast is for.
No, really, that's awesome.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
Paraphrasing is cool and all, but man, hearing the whole story is
that's
what we wanted to know. Yeah, because I know I have a lot of people that actually ask me, like, "Oh, so you interned at that place?" And I'm like, "Yeah," and they're like, "So how long have you been doing it for?" And I'm telling them for a while, but officially just this semester. And they're like, "So how did it come? How did it become a thing?" And I'm like, "I don't want to have to like."
Well, I
don't want to mess up.
Our main goal with this too is that everybody was welcome. That everybody here, when you enter these doors or you come to play in that, just like when you're playing a game and there's an expected set of rules. That's how we expected within our community for everything to be like that, and for everybody to be welcome, no matter who they are or whatever.
Right.
That politics and things of that nature stay right out the door, and that in here we're focused on different things.
Yeah. Focus on community.
Yeah.
I definitely good. Yeah, you can definitely see that. It's what you call safe space, and I see a lot of people feel comfort here. I mean, we've had quite a bit of people that would be definitely considered homeless or are guaranteed they are homeless, or we've had people that just seem like they're out of society's grasp and they want people to talk to. I've seen them come around here before, and they come here and I can tell that they can be themselves, so it's pretty cool.
So can we get on to maybe something more important?
Yeah.
More important than homelessness?
Yeah.
I've been homeless.
Not more important than homelessness, but more important than us as far as like. So, absolutely loved Star Wars. Absolutely loved growing up with the movies. They held magic to me, and I wanted to be a Jedi and have the Force and magical powers and that. Okay, right. And we've talked about a little bit about this before or whatever. But I just want to put it out here, maybe too, in this little bit of dynamic, and that is that none of the movies needed to happen because the Skywalkers are just a bunch of whiny bitches.
It's true.
Prove me wrong.
I don't honestly think I could because
you know what? There's really I can't really think of
it's the Bruce. These
are Star Wars fans.
Oh, and I'm a Star Wars fan too.
They're not going to downtrot it though. They're true.
Right. No, I know. Right, because it's a religion. It has a religious status.
Look down on Star Wars.
Oh my gosh!
No.
What in the world?
I want comments. Whenever later on, people look back at these older ones and hear this, I really want people to just argue against it.
Right. Come on,
I would love to see that.
I've got special powers.
It's the Bruce
space AIDS.
Right. I got the space bugs. Oh, who knew? Midichlorians. Okay. What child looks at somebody? What child is sitting around going, "Oh, Master, what are midichlorians anyways?" What child is thinking about that? Right? Like, I mean, that's kind of stupid to begin with, but. The fact that it's just, the whole thing, like, they're whiny. The whole, it all starts with...
No, it's a Bruce Wayne factor.
It continues. Luke Skywalker, okay, I mean, Anakin, but Luke Skywalker, at least he has something to stand on in the fact that he can stand there and, his sister gets made a princess and is put on this beautiful planet.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Where does Luke end up? In the backwater on Tatooine.
Yeah.
Right? With Kenobi, who, guess what? Knew he was there the entire time, but never reached out to help this kid before that. Not a bit, right?
He's that kind of guy. He just wants to watch him he's on a man struggle.
Right? I mean, this is ridiculous.
He's like, wait, do you think this is 2018 in the Midwest of the United States? Right, where you get everything handed to you? No. You gotta struggle, kid.
You gotta struggle, kid.
Yeah. No, I definitely... I think the Skywalkers have what I call the Bruce Wayne factor, which is, oh my god, I make all my enemies because my life is shit. And
explain briefly what the Bruce Wayne factor is.
Exactly that.
I
mean, what is it? Dick, who becomes the new Batman, he was Nightwing, follow me. Right. He mentions it. He's like, Bruce Wayne created a lot of his enemies, and he didn't need to. They just kind of, hey, let's cause issues and make these people hate me. And I feel like Skywalkers kind of are in that factor where they are like, pay attention, like you mentioned, my life, me. So I agree. I mean, and I'm a huge fan of Star Wars.
Well, I see that, right? But I mean, with Bruce Wayne, he doesn't have any freaking magical powers.
No.
He just becomes
rich.
He just becomes like totally broken. He watches his parents get murdered in front of him. Yeah. PTSD, right? Automatically. So he's stepping out of it, like whatever. So I think he's just as broken or just as shattered as like the Joker.
No, he really is.
Like where there's a bunch of bats.
Bats are like
that fucked me up too, man.
Scare the shit out of me as well. Yeah.
I just watched my parents get brutally murdered, and now I'm being accosted by 1,000 bats. This is bullshit.
Well, and I bet you he got bit. I bet you, like, what you don't see in the comic book is that they took him in, and since they didn't have the bat, he had to get freaking shot for rabies in the stomach like 18 times, right? Like,
he's just laying there the whole time. What doesn't kill me makes me stronger.
Even though I'm afraid of bats.
Just insult to injury.
I never want to get those shots again. Fuck that.
He more or less has PTSD about the rabies shots.
Right, yeah, exactly. No, I mean...
you know what hurts worse than dead parents? Rabies shots. There's a Batman joke.
Yeah, there you go.
There we go.
I seen this meme recently. It was Punisher and Batman together, and Punisher's like, I lost my kids, and Batman's like, I lost my parents, and they're like looking at each other, and next thing you know, that Punisher's pushing Batman on a swing. That shit killed me. I was like, oh my god,
that's pretty cool.
Yeah. I don't have any parents. I don't have any kids.
They're both grown ass men.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just the very idea of that.
Come on, bud.
Yeah. I'll push you. Dad, teach me how to ride a bike.
Well, and at least he has Alfred, right? Who is this nice, caring man. I mean, Luke had 2 caring parents too. They were his aunt and uncle and that. Like they loved him or whatever, you know. Like, at least, I mean, so in Anakin's case, right? So the Force just happens to, you know, give spawn to him or whatever that's supposed to be, right? So you know, the whole
sponsor of the Force,
right? Exactly. You know, he's sponsored by the Force.
So I know you like Star Wars more than Star Trek, right?
Oh, I dig both of them.
Yeah, I dig both.
I'm really into them Trek Wars.
Yeah,
I really like
the Trekkins.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I
like the Star a lot too. That's great.
The Star.
Right.
Yeah.
I liked it. I believe in that. You know, live long
and prosper.
These are not the droids you're looking for. Not the droids you're looking for. That's right.
The gesture.
The gesture.
Combination of the two. These are not the droids you're prospering.
We see a bald man captaining a giant ship, pulls out a lightsaber, and we all fucking just, we're like, what? We've combined the two, finally, it's happened.
What?
I'm uncomfortable.
It's happened.
I'm
Finally.
uncomfortable, yeah.
The apocalypse has come.
I got one of those there light phasers already.
I got
mine shoots.
I got one of them there light phases. You know, shooting the aliens and stuff. You know, whenever they come up or whatever, you know, you got to deal with them.
I love that
zap.
Give a little zap.
Get off my planet. Boop. Boop. You get the boop right off the planet.
I love that accent.
If you came there to destroy our lives, to take away our freedoms,
I'm just gonna stand here and be like, "Fucking take it, I'm out."
That's why my plan is that whenever an alien comes to Earth, right? My plan has always been that I'm gonna eat one.
Show dominance.
Absolutely. That's right.
Hold on.
Fangs and claws. Fangs and claws.
Where the hell have I heard that before? I feel like I've heard that from somewhere.
I'm not sure.
Eat him.
I don't know.
Show your dominance. We're gonna eat you. Sorry.
I
Right, yeah. Exactly. No, I'd say I'm probably more of a fan of Star Trek, but that's just because I like the idea of the exploration side of things.
Yeah.
I mean, but that's what I also dug in Star Wars, was when they like went to different planets, and like Hoth was like my shit. I love that idea, but I think that's why I fell in love with Star Trek more. But I definitely love Star Wars.
I think like Star Trek is kind of pre-Star Wars, right?
Yeah.
Because so that's humanity's like moving into, right, conquering all of its needs or whatever, and then moving out into space. Yeah. And Star Wars is when they finally have been living there for a few years. It's all dirty. It's all dirty and grubby, and questionable things are now going on.
It's when space tech starts getting involved.
Right? Yeah, you know. We're no longer enlightened again. You know, we've all gone lazy because we've, taken care of our needs. Yeah. And so that's
space politics.
That's right. Some blue man with a weird blonde toupee shows up talking about building walls around planets. I'm like, oh, damn it! And then we're going through this again.
I'm gonna have the
idea of that
and build it.
Yeah.
Trust me, believe me, they'll do it.
Those Glibagorians coming out here and taking our good jobs. I've been working at the space cruiser factory all my life.
I can't orbit these moons without running through these Glibagorian ships. You know, they're always just parked on the side of the space highway there.
See, I was blessed enough to get the zoo block to loan me a small $1 million space bucks.
Loan a small loan of $1 million space bucks.
That's right.
That's just the universal currency now.
Space bucks. SB on a coin.
Space bucks.
It's an asteroid.
It's a new crypto.
New from Bitcoin. It's space bucks.
I was about to say it's just a new cryptocurrency.
Shit, does your morning catharsis need to make our own cryptocurrency?
No, I think that comes along with Space Force. I think
that's the credits you got to use.
That's right. You got it's credits you got to use. Yeah.
Okay. I got you.
There's no more freeze-dried Neapolitan for the astronauts anymore. Like you gotta put your space buck coin in there, or whatever, right in the vending machine. Get vanilla chocolate or strawberry. That's it.
So
shit.
you think they
builds
have,
out of thin air.
Space Mall, like Skyball?
Yeah. It really does. It's Space Mall.
Really cool shit out of a magazine in space.
Will there still be the inflatable tube arm guys?
Of course.
Yeah, but they'll be holographic.
Yeah, of course.
They'll be holographic. They'll be holographic. They won't be actually there.
Right. They won't. Yeah. They'll be holographic tube.
Yeah.
Too bad. I'm sorry about that. That's,
wacky waving.
Yeah, wacky waving inflatable. Wacky waving holographic inflatable. Oh god, I fucked it up.
No, it's okay.
You can't do it.
Like
you can't do it.
Hang on.
Yeah,
I'm gonna fuck it up.
Here comes copyright.
Here comes pressure.
It doesn't matter.
Wacky inflatable flailing arm tube man. There you go.
Wacky waving inflatable arm flailing tube man. Wacky
inflatable flailing arm tube man.
Wacky waving inflatable arm flailing tube man.
Yeah.
They did one.
Holographic.
It was on Family Guy.
It reminds me of another one. Yeah, they did it was intergalactic proton-powered electrical tentacle advertising droid. It's literally. I can't say that fast, but I
if somebody should just hand you a doctorate, if you can get that. Like, here you go. Wow, that's amazing.
Fucking leave.
Oh, because I could say
You're
that.
a doctor now.
Yeah, round of applause for me.
Summa cum laude. Just
a round of applause for me then.
Yeah.
Woo! Woo!
Do it!
That's all I hear in the background.
That song that you put out.
Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah. Right.
Cannibal something.
Yeah.
Shia LaBeouf. I wish I could remember that one.
I can't remember it,
I know it's just he was a cannibal. That's it.
Yeah. I know a lot of people are probably going to be like, man, for a charity, they cuss a lot. Well, by the way, we have an Adult Swim here at Retrograde.
I'm also a normal fucking human being.
That's right.
We can say what we want. There's no filter. Except for the filter.
When I'm not in front of children.
Right,
That's
exactly.
what it is.
Right.
Business, man.
This is
And
raw.
remember, our pilot said this is for adults.
Yeah,
Like we said, we're dads and uncles.
Yeah,
so,
yeah,
I mean, we're,
Yeah.
This is raw shit, you know?
That's right.
This is raw shit.
We lived real lives. After you wipe your first ass, you'll get to know,
you're gonna be like,
what's going on. Oh,
shit.
That's where shit came from. Yeah, that's where the original term.
If you're not retching, you're doing it right.
You're not getting in there enough. You removing the toilet. That story.
Oh, man.
Yeah, so they run a side business. I'll plug that too.
Well, yeah, we have a main business called All Home Restoration.
Welcome back.
Yeah, sorry if that audio just there was a little thicky.
Ever since that temporal bear attack, we jumped in time and everything's just been all wacky.
Yeah,
but that happens.
He swiped at the mics first. He knew we were recording.
Yeah. Well, I mean that's why we greased up Jed.
Yeah, we're glad we have him here.
Jed had to take him down. It was something to behold.
He's a professional at this.
Why do you think we pay him so much? He gets paid more than anyone.
I'm wrestling that bear.
Now we got him in a cage back there.
That's right. Yeah.
He's a little greasy though. But...
Right.
Well, you don't wrestle a dry space temporal bear. You just don't. It's science. Everybody knows that.
If he's dry, you're dead.
That's right.
You're dead.
You're dead.
You can't slip out. You can't get out of his grasp.
You got to have the right kind of oil. That's obvious.
You got to use that natural salmon oil.
Salmon. It really approaches.
He can't exist in the fourth dimension if he's oiled up in the third. Everybody knows
oiled up in the third.
Basic fucking science.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
We learned this back in 2028.
Things are progressing quickly.
Yeah,
are they not?
They really are.
The things of yesteryear have that were science fiction. I know folks have talked about that before, but as far as Star Trek, Star Wars, different science fiction movies and novels and that.
Right.
And within a short time, what was science fiction has become science fact.
Starting to become
Yeah.
Well, we literally have a Space Force now.
Space Force.
It wasn't. I thought it was a joke, and then he was like, "No, we're legit gonna have." That.
It's like soon Space Force, later Space AIDS.
That's right. Yeah. We're gonna have a space army of.
Speaking of Space AIDS, I know
Space
that
Marines.
it's probably pretty.
There's a segue. Yeah. There's a segue. Speaking of Space AIDS.
Listen. So I'm sure it's already obvious by now, but I know NASA actually has some pretty serious rules. In the space station, you're not allowed. They made it one of their first rules. You're not allowed to have sex in the space station.
That's very true.
It's just
you don't want
it's
space
just
pregnancy.
Well, you don't.
That's space baby.
Yeah, you don't want that.
Space babies.
Is that
they didn't tell me I couldn't space ejaculate?
We'll cut it out. Just jump cut to laughter.
Yeah. Jump cut to me saying cut it out. And then laughter, and then everyone's like, well, what the fuck did they say?
Oh, man.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. It's a joke that might have not have suited everybody.
We're going to leave that one in the airlock.
Now we're really leaving him out of context.
Look. What happens in space stays in space.
We're leaving that in. We're leaving that
Yeah,
in.
no, that's really going to throw him off. I love that.
Comes
Oh,
back,
yeah.
just deny.
Deny. That's the.
Do you know who our president is? Come on. Deny.
If you're not pissed off by now,
We try.
Wake up.
Yeah.
I'll talk to the host about it later. So
I mean, we
can
try to
relay
keep-
it and ask for real. Hey, do you guys want to keep this in?
Yeah, I mean, we try to keep politics out of it, but even when it comes to making jokes, it's different. I mean, you can make a joke out of anything.
Sure.
So, you know, yeah.
We keep politics out of the arcade, too.
Yeah.
You know, you walk through the door.
But we can make jokes on it.
at the same
Absolutely.
time,
Yeah.
at the same time, we represent
Yeah.
not just ourselves but other organizations.
Right, exactly.
So we have
Yeah.
to.
You have to keep it on.
We have to draw the line a little bit.
Exactly.
A lot of stuff I need to cut now.
No, I mean,
Come
there's
back and do this at another time.
Yeah.
We can leave a lot of the stuff in.
no,
Yeah,
there's stuff that you can leave in that's adult, but like
Yeah.
with that kind of thing, wherever it like really crosses that line, we'll have to
Right.
clip that out.
Oh yeah.
Oh man,
You know.
that's gonna be sad to cut out. That's like one of the funniest ones there. But I understand that, you know.
Just put it in a separate file. So
Yeah.
That's right.
Listen to it later. We'll see how
That's
effective
right.
it is.
That's
Yeah.
right.
If
Yeah.
you recoil in horror after you
It needs to go.
It needs to go. Hey, if it makes you question your morale, yeah.
Do you think we just need the hidden files, like for your website only?
I mean,
put
I
it in
probably
your
wouldn't
work
put it
stuff file.
there. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even put that on my website.
I'll just like personally hand them the file, or they may.
But I just like how we're being so like shy about it. People are like,
3
oh,
years
what were they
later,
saying?
it's all just
Oh,
on
yeah.
a thumb drive, and
Well,
he's
here's
like,
the thing: you can't. Here's the thing: you just can't. You just can't please everybody. If we cut it out, and people are gonna be like, "What did you say? I'm fucking mad
Yeah, but
now."
see, those
and then if you leave it
people-
in, you're like, "What the fuck did you say?"
But see, the people that get mad about us cutting it out need to
Yeah.
need to
Yeah, look,
rethink
who's
their.
your demographic?
Yeah.
People are getting pissy about what you're putting out there. They don't
Right.
need to be listening to you.
We told this.
Oh, yeah.
We said this. Yeah.
We said this already. It's like
That's what it is.
we say
And
it
just
like
another podcast.
And just
Yeah.
like the last episode, I told them, I was like, go listen to the
But
pilot.
at this
where we
point, it's more of a
explained to you.
personal thing. If
Yeah.
if it's something that we need to cut out, I'll make sure that it doesn't see the light of day. But
yeah.
People swear,
It's-
people tell jokes.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Jokes, man.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
It's what it is.
Yeah.
like this will probably be like one of the very few major things that we could
Yeah.
remove. Like everything else is just fine.
Yeah.
Of course, like you guys said, there's always a line.
Oh yeah.
Sure.
There's a line for me. So.
And in this case, I think it's leaning more towards personal than,
Yeah,
than it is
definitely is.
really
Yeah,
than
definitely
it is really anything else.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Oh, the reality is, at the end of the day, we're still a bunch of apes and a freaking mud ball in the middle
It's
of
true.
space,
It's true.
Might just add in like
hurtling around
Yeah.
millions of miles a second.
Just. Oh my god.
do it again.
Do you want me to do that again?
Do monkey noises.
Your neighbors upstairs.
We'll use
are
that
like,
for
"What
sure.
Oh wait, your neighbors aren't upstairs. That's right. I was hoping they'd be up there, so they'd be like, "What the?
Then in this
What's
case,
going on down there?"
No, we'll just hear somebody just.
Yeah. Get a knock on the door.
They
You guys
fall-
all right?
Yeah, I was about to say they'll fall through.
They'll fall through there.
Yeah.
They'll fall through the cave ceiling and be like, "Could you just quiet down?"
The space bears are getting woken up again.
Don't worry, he's in a cage. He's all greased up too.
Yeah, if you didn't know,
mean,
Retrograde.
Insert space bear sound here.
Just in case you all didn't know, Retrograde is no longer located in Warrensburg, Missouri. It's now in a asteroid floating around. in space.
Yeah, that's how badly the temporal field fucked us over. We're
We're gonna have to find a way out.
yeah, don't worry, it'll happen again soon.
Don't you know what the odds of
got
that?
the
It's like
Space.
madness. Bing, 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 bing.
I like this. We should just call it a sci-fi episode too.
Right.
Just add that as another alias name.
Right. Yeah. Yep.
So all-time favorite sci-fi movie.
Oh shit.
Let's do this. Let's do this.
What's
Okay.
the category?
Parodies
All
count?
time-
Do parodies count?
All-time favorite sci-fi movie. 12 years old. I think 12 years old.
Is the limit?
12
Okay.
years old.
12
Yeah.
years old.
12 years old.
Do
Or-
parodies
or
At
now.
12 years old?
Yeah.
So, like, when I was 12 years old, like, what was my
Like
favorite?
what you had seen up to that
Oh.
point, or maybe like at around
shit.
12 years old. I think that's a magical time for
Yeah,
us,
yeah,
right?
it really
like
is, yeah.
especially like in our
think of
geekdom and stuff like
No,
that,
it
when
really
we come across and all that.
I can name off 12 years old for me at that point. That was the Matrix, dude. That was the year 2000.
Yeah,
Matrix
dude,
was
definitely.
fucking heat.
Yeah.
As
Right.
far as sci-fi
I was
went,
gonna
man.
say,
that
yeah,
was-
Matrix is.
Yeah. Matrix was the shit.
Yeah.
I like the animated
Well, it was just
stuff
it,
too.
there was a lot of things they did.
Yeah, it was really good.
There was a lot of things they did in that actually kind of they did some behind the scenes stuff. It was actually I'd like to say it was revolutionary at the time.
Oh yeah,
with the whole
definitely.
development and
cameras
everything.
and
Yeah, they did all.
to do
That was crazy.
Yeah.
The behind the
That's
scenes
before
for
its
that.
time. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It was certainly something new into the film.
Oh yeah, no, I definitely going back to the animated series. I remember seeing that for the first time. I was like, "Holy shit!" Like mind blowing. The different types of arts. That was the first I think ever movie I seen animation that changed animations throughout it.
Well, you know, to boot too, I liked the sequel, if you will, that they did for the Batman stuff, Gotham Knight or whatever, with all the different anime styles too.
Yeah, that was cool as hell.
It was well done.
Well, I mean, Halo did the same thing as Animatrix, where they changed anime styles throughout it. That was pretty cool too. I really liked the Arbiter episode. I think that was probably one that was like that. That movie is pretty big and great in my mind. The different. I think that's honestly also just because I'm an artist. It's probably why I like it a lot. So it's just like, oh man, it's just gonna stick to me. But
The water's getting louder.
yeah, it is. Cave is drowning.
The cave's drowning. Back to the Future. When I was 12 years old, that came out at 85,
that was gonna be my
right?
first choice.
So,
Then you
well, up to that point, but I mean, by 12 years old, Back to the Future, which was freaking phenomenal. Yeah. But I think one of my favorite also came out that year, and that was Enemy Mine with Lou Gossett Jr. and Dennis Quaid. I think was the So he crash lands on Dennis Quaid crash lands on this ship and or on this planet. And humanity is fighting this race of aliens at this point, which is played by Lou Gossett Jr. And so they both crash land on this planet, and it kind of forces them to survive with one another and da 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 da. But it was at the time, like I remember, as a kid, it was just a neat piece of science fiction. You know what I mean? But by that point, like the black hole, even with Disney, like that was still like a nice piece of film.
Right.
And some other classics like that. But I don't know what.
Guys, I'm gonna push this boulder in front of this cave door.
There we go.
Okay, well, there's
A little more. There it is.
got it.
There we go.
Okay. All right.
Hope you guys brought your shit buckets.
I think mine's near the bear cage.
Jed wore his brown pants.
Man, going back to censorship real quick, somebody asked me about why they're like, so we don't mind. One person said, don't mind, like, don't care that you don't censor, but why? What made you choose not to? I was like, do you understand how annoying it would be to hear the same censor sound every single fucking second? And they're like, oh, yeah, that's a good point. I was like, yeah, sorry.
Or just one really long one.
Yeah, that's really what it would
With
be.
like pauses in between.
Yeah, you hear like,
Less static time than there is the actual sound.
right.
Yeah, no, you gotta put variety in it. Yeah.
So we have talked about Retro EX in the past episode. Wanted to talk about it again because that's coming up real quick, and we're going to be doing an episode Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. They will not be coming out during that weekend because we got to edit them. That's a lot of editing to do. We're gonna be busy anyway, but we will be having episodes each day recorded at the table.
We gotta
During the
determine
event.
background noise too. I don't
Yeah,
know how
I
loud it's
mean,
gonna be.
We'll see. If we don't put them out, it's probably because it's gonna be too loud. But I'm gonna try to find a way to.
We'll see what
might
happens.
be okay.
I think we'll be fine.
Do you guys have directional microphones at all?
Well, I
Just
mean,
ones that would point right at
That's
you.
technically. I mean, it's about. They say record this. The other ones of these, you're supposed to be able. It's supposed to be 360, but it's really not.
No, it's not
more
quite.
direct.
So what if
There's a lot of
just
this.
blocked? You know,
I was trying to
Yeah,
find
you
some
don't land.
padding.
Yeah. Take egg cartons.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Take
Okay.
egg cartons and
What a
then maybe-
makeshift way to do that.
Pack
So
foam
you
in
could
with
take
it.
you could take like poster board and cut a strip of it so that it's
Yeah.
only this tall and
Yeah.
then line it with
Okay.
Egg cartons.
egg cartons.
Well, even then, like one thing I noticed with these is that even with the train in my backyard, it barely picks up on that. So,
Oh, yeah.
so you literally have to be pretty close to this
Yeah,
mic,
yeah.
or just have.
You have a
sound.
train in your backyard? That's
Yeah,
awesome.
Pretty much.
Yes. How do you-
Actually, not even kidding.
I,
Literally,
I,
just back-
every hour I have to avoid it.
No, we'll
Right.
be playing
It's
video
me.
games and chatting on Discord, and almost every hour on the hour
What do you
there's a train
feed
that
it?
goes
Like,
through.
is there something you feed it? Or
Space bears.
Space bears.
Space Bears. Why do you think we're here?
Every time I feed it one, it adds a new cool marker on the side.
Upgrade.
Little stamp.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of
Yeah.
Discord, why aren't we friends on Steam?
Who? Us?
Speaking
Oh,
of this
You go from
platform,
Discord
why
to
aren't we friends
Steam.
on the other platform?
Yeah.
I love that.
Speaking of Discord, why aren't we friends on Steam? Oh.
I use Discord when I use Steam. So it's like,
Oh,
that's
yeah,
why I play
yeah,
my
yeah. Okay, I
games.
see the correlation. Let me go ahead and add you.
Oh, well, that's great. That's awesome.
Throw in your
fucking
Shit.
you're like
yeah.
So if you get your phones too close, will one of them get sick? I mean, like, do they? You know.
I think we might get transported back if we put our phones all together at once.
Right.
I think we might go somewhere else.
There's
We might go to the Space Bear home planet. I don't know.
Oh, the Space Bear home planet.
Sure.
What's that like? That's.
But y'all need to go to Retro EX.
A lot of bears and not enough grease. That's really
We're gonna have Space
Yeah.
Bears. We're gonna have Space Bears at our table at Retro EX.
Oh, really?
By Space Bears, I mean him and I.
I don't.
Jed and I will be like,
I was like, I don't know if we can get the permits for that from the Intergalactic Council of Space Bears. Yeah, exactly.
oh, you're right.
It's
Shit,
okay.
I'm sorry.
It's
I
okay.
take that
It's-
back. We won't have Space Bears.
when is
It's not a
it?
season.
Like what season? Is it a non? Is it on the 13th month?
It's the 13th seed of.
The 11th
13th
day of the 13th month.
Yes.
Yeah.
The 11th day. Yes.
17th day.
The 11th, 13th
Yes.
day.
Only
right.
accessible.
I'm sorry, I misspoke. I'm sorry.
Is that what you? I got you. The 7th
On a
Tuesday
leap
of
year.
never.
On a leap
It's-
year.
That's right.
Every other week.
That's right.
On a leap year.
But if y'all come up to the Retro EX, Retrograde is gonna have a table there, of course, and ours will be right next to it.
Well, we're we've all come together and we're putting
big
on
happy family.
this big huge happy event. So
Yeah.
all kinds of craziness.
Oh, yeah.
So
And if you got-
LARPing and the you got the
DeLorean from Back to the
DeLoreans,
Future!
yeah. You got that DeLorean.
Get the DeLorean from Back to the Future.
Yeah, you got One Night KC and the Blues Brothers Core.
We're gonna add the Blues Brothers. Blues Brothers.
Sunday. Down at the. We're not going to be at the fairgrounds, though. We're going to be at the beautiful campus.
I thought you were going to say
University
high
of Central
ground.
Missouri.
For some reason. Hey, we're not going to be on the fairgrounds. We're going to be on the high ground.
We're going to take the high ground, boys, against these space bears. I don't know.
Yeah, UCM. Yeah.
Where's Zach Bradigan when you need him?
I love that.
Oh, that's not the one. Damn it! I fucked up. No.
That train noise.
Yeah. We have a.
Look up meme air horn. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I had an app. but-
Oh, you're
Yeah.
looking for like the
Yeah.
hip hop horn.
Don't worry. I'm sure it'll be added in there somewhere.
But yeah, we just added it in. Yeah, after. But
will be the biggest
we're gonna be
one yet.
handing out There it is.
Ah.
We're gonna have tokens that I engraved out of particle board.
Oh yeah.
Because
Well, I mean, hey,
it's what I
it's
had, but yeah.
sturdy enough.
High grade particle board.
That's
That's
right.
right. From the United States Council on Particle Board, it's high grade particle board. A+++. No asbestos.
Nope.
No cancerous products. Just chip and glue.
Which is definitely not toxic.
Pressed incredibly tight. Vacuumed of all pressure.
That's
Sound
right.
like better than your dad's particle board.
That's right. There it is. Particle board. Beep, 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 beep.
Jesus.
You're welcome.
we hand out tokens.
I make quality home crafted particle board.
I sell it on
At home, I
Etsy.
sell it on Etsy.
Etsy.
Yeah.
It's personally
There-
engraved.
There was who was it that actually did a skit like that or whatever that was hilarious, and the guys yeah no this guy was making and I don't even remember what it was, but he was making cardboard at home, like, and for packaging and stuff like that. But he had this big vat, and it was just full of glue, and then like other paper and that he had cut up, and he was just like stirring it up, like, it's fantastic.
But I did want to, since we got on topic of Retro EX, I want to get on this company that'll be there. It'll be Dragon Claw Chainmail.
Yeah.
I wanted to shout them out.
Wait, what was the name of it?
Dragon Claw Chainmail?
One more time.
Dragon, sorry, hold on.
With excitement.
Dragon Claw Chainmail!
Hey,
Yeah!
dude, this amazing, right? Like, so if
Crazy.
you like Game of Thrones,
You would love
you'll
this shit.
love
This shit.
Dragon.
Yeah. Dragon Flushing.
Jagged leather.
It'll save your life from a sword. But
It's pre-cut up.
They make amazing
Handmade.
stuff. Amazing handmade chainmail, and I mean just all kinds of craziness.
they did.
Chainmail accessories.
Wasn't it
Yes.
the Joker? They did. Wasn't it? I just shared. Yeah, you shared that. I
Oh,
shared
was that them?
They did.
Yeah,
that's really cool.
It-
that-
It's
Did a
it's
little
some really
Joker
tight,
mural out of
amazing stuff.
chainmail, yeah.
Yeah.
There's quite a few people actually that are coming and that we're really excited about. That all kinds of games that are going to be played. We've got arcades coming in and console gaming tournaments, and of course
yeah.
Magic and Pokemon and all kinds of RPGs and tabletop games. RC Drift. I mean, just we've got chiptune music coming out from all over. There's two
we'll have an
separate
after party.
concerts.
Yeah.
After party concert.
Oh my God. It's gonna be cool.
With folks coming in from Philly and Virginia and that to play, and then down there we've got folks from Kansas City and St. Louis and stuff at the event. They'll be playing throughout the event, cosplay and food and just a good time.
Plethora of good stuff.
Yeah. Well, and it's all this is all for charity. So
Oh, yeah.
we're partnered up with the United Way, and there are other charities that are involved in the event, right? And so we're all just kind of bringing the community together to focus on the community and have
Yeah.
a good time.
Yeah,
so,
for sure. Yeah,
That'll
it'll
be a
be
blast.
a lot of fun. I'm excited to see how the after party is going to go. Isn't the chiptune playing at the after parties?
Yeah.
yeah.
Yep.
It'll be
Down
so cool.
at Money Creek.
I love
Yeah.
chiptune.
Yeah, he's trying to actually get into making more music. So.
Yeah, now I'm thinking about it. I wonder if I can bring in my laptop and stuff.
Yeah. He's got a OP1, and
Well,
it's an awesome synth.
Yeah, I got that, and then I have FL Studio, and
Yep.
hoping maybe I can make our. We've mentioned it before. Maybe we can make our own
Intro and
theme
outro. Yeah.
of sorts. So
Yeah.
that'll be interesting.
I have a buddy that is trying to work on a radio broadcast style intro for us. So he really wants to do that for us, and I was like, yeah, man, that'd be super cool. And we'll pitch it and
That's not.
let people know who did it.
That's not the same person. This is a different person, right? Like not the same one that
Completely
said
different person. Yeah.
they said they would work on it, but then they
Yeah.
just completely
One of those people.
they
Yeah.
completely dropped out on us. They flaked
Yeah.
out.
Imagine this: a lubed-up space bear on the cover of your first album. It'd be spectacular.
Yeah, the first season of Your Morning Catharsis has a
If that ever
space bear.
happens, if that ever happens, and we ever release like an
I'll-
intro to that
Yeah.
to that album, I'm just gonna take that clip and echo it out, and you'll just be like, "Yep, that's like it's real."
Made
It
with
wasn't
good
fake.
old purpose salmon oil from Alaska.
That's right. That's right. We're also going to have at the Your Morning Catharsis table, we'll have a board where you can join QR codes to join directly to our Facebook page, Twitter, and even our Discord group. We have a Discord group, so that way people can chat and we can get Q&As from there. We want people to comment on whether Facebook, Twitter, or Discord their
We'll make a little
questions.
section.
Yeah. We want questions from people so we can talk to y'all, and that's the best way to get a hold of us. So I think that'd be pretty cool.
Just we won't be on it all the time, though. I mean, you'll be checking your
Yeah, I have it on my phone. So.
like social media accounts and stuff, but usually I tend to mute a lot of Discord servers.
Yeah, we have a
'Cause
lot of them.
If the only one I don't have muted is a personal one for like friends, but this one you'll have to either like directly send me a message or really that's actually about it. That's the only way to get a hold of me.
This Discord for Your Morning
'cause-
Catharsis can be open.
Because I'll check it, like I'm not going to ignore it.
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
see the messages, but if
Yeah.
there's not one directed to me, or if you didn't direct it correctly, I won't get to you quick enough. So
Yeah. Remember, we do have lives.
yeah. We have lives. We have 3 of them, right?
Something like that.
3 is that the?
Universal number.
Depends on
Right?
the game.
It's,
Reach 1/3.
it's the universal number of our lives. 3. If you're looking for
1/3 the lives.
the
that you have,
answer,
yeah.
But yeah, Retro EX is gonna be a great time. I can't wait to see my my first LARP battle up close and personal. That'd be pretty cool.
right?
Yeah,
right.
yeah. I've never seen one in person.
If I knew how to play music like live and professionally, I would love to do that shit.
Some dramatic, like medieval style. Yeah.
Like I'm not into keys because I don't know how to play them, but I know how to make music at least. I don't know theory or anything,
Right.
all that shit, but
Right.
I can't get into that. I really can't. It's just crazy stuff involved in music theory. Like, this is a specific chord.
Right.
In theory, it does that. I don't know.
You just gotta memorize
Whatever it
things.
is. Yeah, you
Would you ever cosplay as something?
I wanted to do my Pokemon trainer from Pokemon Go. I think that'd be cool.
I can't really think of anything, to be honest.
I really wanted to.
Don't you think? What about you?
My costume?
Yeah, well, if you were going to
as
cosplay.
Brian.
Yeah.
What a costume.
He's a
I'm
pretty
not
cool guy.
clever enough for that, or fucking confident either. Like the people that can wear that shit and pull it off, man. More props to you.
Yeah, it's just the
I'm
creativity,
not-
the
I'm
creativity
not
of people
there.
like
Right.
just making that stuff, especially from the ground up.
Right.
There's some really good people out
Right.
there.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's what Pros and Cons
Talented.
is coming to run the competition at Retrograde for cosplay and that, and they do some fantabulous stuff. And then Cosplay for Hope, which is one of the non-for-profits that's involved. They work in suicide prevention and things of that nature within the community, as they call it.
That's a great name.
Right? Yeah. Community. Absolutely. I like. But there are some fantastic folks out there, and their craft is really amazing to me.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I know that they're going to go into a little bit of the kind of the history of it. I mean, because cosplay has actually existed since like the 1930s and before that. But it wasn't until like 1984, I think it was, that it was called cosplay.
Yeah.
In that nature, and then we got fandoms, right, and all this kind of crazy
Yeah, that's
stuff.
a more modern thing.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's pretty fantastic. So,
I mean, I see a lot of Harry Potter ones too, and like these people are legit.
Oh,
They
yeah.
look like they came straight from Hogwarts.
right.
No, they're fucking cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah.
Fucking aberrated.
Yeah, but no,
I'm going as a mix of Charlie Brown and the Dude.
Yeah,
That's
okay. Man, I would love for us all just to go as the Dude.
right.
I'm the brown.
I'm the Brown man.
Nobody
Dude, I could do that.
Yeah.
I need an orange shirt. I do the zigzag on it, and I need a bathrobe and some slippers.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And some like brown pants.
Yeah.
And just draw a little curly Q on.
Oh, I'm so doing that, dude. That is happening. That's
Let me
happening.
see if I can just find you a Charlie Brown shirt you could wear. Unless you're gonna Sharpie it on, but
Well, I can probably just get the T-shirt for cheaper or whatever. If I can Sharpie it on, I got the big Sharpie right here.
Right.
he actually
That's
wears
how
a
the dude
collared
would do it.
shirt.
Yeah. That's it. That's
You really gotta
happening.
express your inner dude.
There you go.
That's now happening.
$8.98 at Walmart.
Boom.
For pickup in store in Warsaw?
Let's see.
That'd be cool.
Pickup not available.
Oh!
Like everything else.
Shipping
Yeah.
not available. So I don't.
What the?
So there is a shirt.
It's like item
buy it.
available. That's good.
Yeah. You can have it, but you're never gonna get it.
No, you can buy it. And technically own it.
Never
but-
gonna get it. Never gonna get it.
Here we go. 2XL. 2XL.
Boom.
Arrives Monday, September 10th.
Oh, right
So
after
it'd
the
be too
event.
late.
So great. Yeah.
Looks like I'm going the old-fashioned route with this.
Yep. Sharpie.
Sharpie that
Or
shit.
go get some fabric.
The yellow
That's right.
I'm picturing that in my head.
Oh yes. Good old England in 1773. The
Sharpie.
Sharpie was created from a
What
piece of horse manure and some licorice.
I mean, wouldn't charcoal work just fine?
It would.
Well, everybody knew what charcoal was by then. God.
That's too
But
mainstream.
yeah,
It's too mainstream.
Yeah, but
You millennial. How dare you?
how far set back are you?
These millennials and their fucking charcoal.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Millennials.
You gotta find a yellow collared shirt.
A yellow collared shirt.
Yeah.
Wait, I
A
mean,
yellow
you can
shirt.
You
Period.
can go to.
A big yellow T-shirt would work.
I think
A
it's
big yellow T-shirt would work because it's a mashup of the
It's just a
dude.
polo.
It's the mashup of the dude and.
A t-shirt would work, I guess. You just
So
find-
if I just got a big T-shirt, did the zigzag on it, I need a bathrobe.
It's gotta be a yellow shirt though to be recognizable. Can't skip on that part.
No, I understand that.
like
Yeah.
And do a gray bathrobe or something.
I mean, I guess you could just get a white.
Yeah, I'm gonna look at
polo
the dude's pants or whatever, and I'll kind of match the because
Match-
Charlie
match
Brown
the
wears
pants.
brown,
Yep.
so
You gotta get the flip flops too. The bathrobe.
I gotta
Oh, you mean the rubber? The rubber.
Let's look it up. Let's look it up.
shower shoes.
You know, Jeff Bridges actually still has those.
Yeah.
He talked about it. He's like, yeah, I stole them from the set after it was all said and done. I took those sandals with me. He's like, I still have
Those
them.
jellies.
Yeah. He actually, I think there was a late night show he was on, and they talked about it, and he's like, yeah, I knew you were going to bring it up, and he had them, or I believe that's what it was. That's how I came across it. He was like, yeah, I still got them, and there's a picture of it. He wears them around the house all the time. He's like, my kids always tell me I don't need to be wearing them.
That's awesome.
Jeff Bridges is a big inspiration of mine. Man's great. He does a lot of stuff for the environment, too. He's a really good guy.
Yeah, he is.
He's pretty good. and for children. He's got his own, or he's part of another charity that's for kids.
Well, we're actually ordained Dudists, too,
Yeah.
as a matter of fact.
So, yeah. When I get married, I'd like to be married with a Dudist at the wedding. That'd be cool. I know if it's the woman I'm thinking I'll be married to, she'll be like, "Fuck no, that's not happening." I'm like, please, let it happen.
You know, White Russian and
Yeah. I mean, that's my favorite drink.
Find
So.
some green plaid shorts.
Ooh.
We're discussing this.
So you do the yellow shirt there, find the glasses and a robe, some plaid shorts.
So you want to go as Charlie Brown cosplaying as?
No, it's a mashup of Charlie Brown and the dude.
Okay,
So my bald
it's
head,
unique. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
The little curly Q or whatever.
Yeah.
Leave that hair in,
Yeah.
so no long hair on it.
Charlie Lebowski.
Charlie Lebowski.
See, Charlie got older.
I'm Charlie Lebowski.
Charlie got older. And realized White Russians are the way to go.
Oh my god.
Childhood ruined. But
That's right. So yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do.
yeah.
Oh, this just in.
Yeah.
Die Hard 6's new title is McClane.
That's riveting.
Yeah.
We all do agree that is a Christmas movie, right?
I mean, might as well at this point.
Even though
He's
he
come
says
out
that
and said it's not.
Oh, well, fuck him.
Yeah.
Fuck him. If thousands of people say it's one thing and one man says it's not, who are you gonna believe?
Well, that's some communism.
What's wrong with communism?
I mean, on paper.
That's
On
what I'm
paper.
trying to say.
Wow.
I mean, on paper, it's great. Don't get me wrong.
Community-ism, that's what it is, right?
Well, it's on paper, it's great, but then we
start
don't
acting.
know what else because they communists took the paper.
Oh, that was your paper? No, that's my paper. That's my paper.
our paper.
That's our paper. Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, you had paper. I think somebody
You're
used
all
it.
going on report.
Who said that? Who said that?
I'm out of here.
People are like, man, those guys at Retrograde are crazy.
A lot of bears
hope
in
so.
Russia.
Yeah, well,
Tell him what he's won,
this is-
Bob.
this-
Siberia.
talk to me.
That's
Right,
right.
and
You
weird.
get to go
Don't
work at a
talk-
work camp in
Well,
Siberia.
people, there's a behind story on everybody. I mean, you show up in public is one thing, but everybody's different. Behind
Well,
the scenes.
we're all freaking human, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
the reality
Yeah,
of it.
yeah. No, I mean, I had to tell people right in the pilot. I was like, I know there's gonna be a lot of you that I know personally are gonna listen to this right away. Probably be the first people to listen to it. And I was like, you're gonna hear a side of me that you never knew before. That's just because
I feel so close to you.
Thank you.
Sugar bear.
I'm out of here.
Yeah. See you guys. Bye, Ryan.
He's gone, man. Disappeared without a trace.
Sugar bear was the trigger word.
Yes.
Oh my god, you guys gotta see this fucking asteroid, man. I'm not going back.
Bears on it.
You should have seen that guy was just getting the grease off. Like,
Wait,
brushing it off.
wait.
Jen,
When the hell did he break out
you're
of the
gonna have a
cage?
tough time the next time.
Yeah. He looked like he was pretty cut up.
When the hell did he break out?
Yeah.
I must have not heard it. Oh, it's after we closed.
That might not
those.
have been our bear. That's probably their bears.
It's after we moved the boulders.
There's space bears everywhere, man.
Shit.
Space bears are terrifying.
Yeah, I know.
You guys ever watched?
Packs of space bear.
We were watching Bravest Warriors last time. It was like a couple times back here at Retrograde, and I wouldn't say I'm like a huge fan of the show, but I enjoy it. It's humorous. But in one of the episodes, this group of people live inside of a worm, this giant space worm, and they're all like, they worship him, like all holy worm, and they're always like, never doubt the worm, never doubt the worm. So I was like, what if we just worship these space bears and never doubt the bear?
Never tell.
Bear.
Never doubt the bear.
Never doubt the bear.
8 years later,
Yeah.
it was the destruction of society.
All because of your Catharsis worshiping a space bear.
Yeah.
It all went downhill from there. It's
So
a butterfly
we'll be
effect.
able to get back to our home planet.
Yeah, hopefully.
Hopefully.
Well, I got an idea. What if we take the space bears, hum them down, turn them into fuel, and just move the asteroid towards Earth and just kind of hop off and hope
Yeah, we could do that.
Yeah.
What about the grease though? Can't we use that?
That would be a lot easier.
That would be a lot easier.
What about Space Bear rights though? I mean, that's not really.
True.
I mean,
That's
you
true. I
They
didn't
probably
even-
don't
sorry.
want us to move.
That
their
was,
ass.
that
mean,
was ignorant of me. and I didn't
you
think
caught a
of
bear
that.
in the first place for
Yes.
Jed to wrestle.
No,
and,
that too.
And then that obviously went terrible.
Yeah, yeah.
Absolutely terrible.
Although I
mean,
do,
he's here.
although I am
I mean,
gonna
everybody's
lean on his
fine.
idea because we don't want to bring a bunch of space bears to Earth.
No, we don't.
So maybe we should dispatch
No
them
space
first.
bears were hurt
Dispatch
in the
them.
making of this episode.
No, no space space bears.
They were just wrestled with.
Disclaimer. Disclaimer. They were just wrestled.
Wrestling some space bears. Well, I think that just about wraps it up.
Yeah, I think
episode.
I think we've done good so far.
Yeah.
What do you think? Do you think maybe we should do the asteroid thing now? Do you think maybe we should go back to Earth?
Yeah, I probably should.
Like, because that'd be important. I don't
Well, we
want-
got to upload this episode tomorrow. So.
Well, yeah, no, we do. I'll hack
We
into
probably need
NASA's
to.
satellite system.
Just
don't
use
worry.
that. Oh, okay. Oh, then we're good.
We're near a satellite. So
I
we can-
forgot he's good at coding.
Yeah,
so.
we can do that.
How are we getting power on this asteroid?
Fucking magic.
Oh, is it solar panel?
No, magic.
Imagination.
Imagine.
It's a byproduct
Yeah.
of our assumption of what power should do.
Yeah.
If we suddenly start thinking of it, this
It
whole
will
thing's
happen.
going to shut down.
Oh shit.
Well, you're opening up a whole can of worms now.
Yeah.
I mean, really,
You
I mean,
lost the game.
Not in a bad way, but
Worms
there's a
or
whole lot of.
bears?
You've opened up a whole can of space bear.
There's only one way off.
We're in
this
deep
asteroid.
space shit, you know?
Oh,
Oh shit.
There's only one way off, boys.
here we go. Playing us out.
So we're gonna draw straws. Who's taking the bomb?
I'll take the bomb straight to the asteroid.
No, I'll do it. I'll take it for you.
You don't need to do this. You don't need to be selfless like that.
No.
If we,
Don't make us look small.
If we-
I'm gonna die before you will.
If we only had
I'll
some
do it.
animal
I'll
crackers.
race you to the door.
Anyone have some animal crackers?
I must rub them on my belly.
They're belly crackers. Just like, oh.
So I'm gonna pause that so that you guys don't have to deal with copyright.
I know it's good. Because it's fair use at this point.
It is. It is.
In Suit, the best band that ever walked the face of the earth.
Of the Earth.
Motherfucker!
After America turned communist, and took over the entire Earth.
Sorry.
All right, well,
I
Aerosmith.
think that was it.
yeah, I think.
Thank you for listening
That's a
Yeah.
wrap.
to our
Now it's
fucking
time
shenanigans.
to fucking leave.
Yeah,
Where's that grease at?
it's all over. Jet.
Are your ears bleeding?
Yes.
Are you okay?
What?
Are you having a seizure?
So, the last time this happened, we all taste purple, right? That's
Yeah.
what. Okay.
What's
Say
the opposite
that
of
again.
purple?
Magenta.
You tell me.
I mean, well, it's CMYK.
Is that fizzy
Magenta.
lifty drink?
Fizzy lifty drink is what you said.
That's how we get off the asteroid.
Fizzy lifty drink.
Burp our way home.
Yeah.